Hello and welcome back to Jack's podcast, where today we are going to be going over the upcoming and the past sports events of this week and what's happening around in the wide world of sports. So, with that, let's just get straight into it. And the first thing we are going to talk about is, of course, the Super Bowl. The Rams versus the Bengals just happened last night. The Bengals did in fact lose to the Rams. It was very sad day. I was rooting for the Bengals, wanted them to win, wanted to see them have some success. But sadly, the Rams defense not even the Rams defense, the Rams defensive line just put on a masterclass with 7 sacks. And just honestly, they won the game for the Rams, their defense. Matthew Stafford really didn't play all that well. He himself had 2 interceptions that turned out to be, well, they didn't turn out to be costly, but at the time they could have been very, very bad. And Jalen Ramsey for the Rams, he really did not play well. He led up 150 yards just about with a 135 passer rating against him and a touchdown, which should have been pass interference, but in the end, didn't even matter. Joe Burrow he could have played better. He played pretty well with what he was given, especially with his offensive line. They really need to look into upgrading that offensive line coming into the draft here soon. And getting some more protection for him. He's just been getting battered. The Rams, the only thing they probably could have done better was offensively. Odell Beckham Jr. got hurt in the first half, and there in the second quarter. It seems to be that he's tore his ACL. If that didn't happen, I think it might have been a blowout, honestly. No one could be guarding him. Cooper Kupp had a great final drive, getting 45 of his 92 yards on that final drive, and he had the game-winning touchdown. So good for him. He got Super Bowl MVP, played very well, has had a great season. Offensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl MVP, Triple Crown winner. Not much else you can try and accomplish there. So great win by the Rams, but an even better halftime show. Oh, baby. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, and 50 Cent. They put on a show. Wow, that was amazing. But yeah, enough about the Super Bowl. Let's talk about the NBA today. Today, we're just going to go over some key games coming up this week. First game we're gonna talk about is going to be the San Antonio Spurs versus the Chicago Bucks tonight on NBA TV. So whoop-de-doo, probably not gonna be able to get to watch it unless you're in that zone to those two teams. But Chicago playing very good. They're the three seed, the 3 or 4 seed in the East, and the Spurs I believe are the 7 seed right now. Spurs looking to improve. They've been playing really well lately, but the Bulls have been playing really well all season, and I really like watching them. I really love Alex Caruso. Lonzo Ball is always especially funny with his dad, and DeMar DeRozan. Nope, not DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is on the Spurs, but yeah, I really like watching the Bulls. I think they're gonna go pretty far in the playoffs, semifinals minimum. Possibly even Eastern Conference Finals. So, hey, good for them. And another game tonight, my Houston Rockets versus the Utah Jazz. Probably going to be a blowout, but I got to show some support for my struggling 15 and 35 Houston Rockets. Oh, brother, we got to get it together. Some first-round picks. Hopefully the first pick in this draft would be big. But tomorrow night, we have Cleveland versus Atlanta, 2 very good teams. Cleveland, the 2 seed in the East right now. Atlanta, they're the top 5. Don't know exactly where they are there, but they are also very good. Trae Young leading Atlanta. And I forget his name, the number 3 pick, Evan Mobley, leading Cleveland, having an amazing rookie season. My front runner for Rookie of the Year, playing some great basketball lately. For a team in Cleveland that was struggling coming into the year. So good for them. Happy for them. We also have tomorrow night Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. After the James Harden trade, this would be big, but Harden is still hurt, still has that hamstring injury, and he's going to be out until minimum the end of the All-Star break. So we won't get to see him against Boston or in action for Philadelphia yet. But Jason Tatum for the Boston Celtics is very good. Always has been good. The Celtics having a good year so far. They're currently in the playoffs if the season was to end right now. Same with the 76ers, playing some amazing basketball. Joel Embiid is averaging somewhere in between 35 and 40 points over his last 8 games, having one 50-point game, 5 40-point games, and three 30-point games. He's been on a tear this lately, and I'm looking forward to watching that game tomorrow night. But moving over to Wednesday, we don't have too many good games. My Rockets are playing again at Phoenix, so it should be a blowout. Nothing really to talk about. But the Lakers finally play. First time this week. They play against the Utah Jazz. The Lakers, below 500 at 26-31, have been playing awful this year. Absolutely awful. No one really knows why, but they need to step it up if they want to even make the playoffs at this point. Really looking for them to do that. And we also have Denver at Golden State, which should actually be a very good game. Nikola Jokic, one of the MVP frontrunners, versus Steph Curry, another one of the MVP frontrunners. In my opinion, the 3 frontrunners for the MVP, Steph Curry, Nikola Jokic, and Joel Embiid. I think all 3 of them have a very good shot at winning. I personally think if Joel Embiid can keep up what's been going on lately, though, I think he wins it. But back to the Denver versus Golden State game. It is in Golden State, so I do believe that Golden State will win that game, especially at home. With Klay Thompson back, he's been playing really well lately. And then on Thursday, my Rockets play back-to-back nights against the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers, below 500, have not been playing very well lately, but they're good. There's the Rockets. And then also, on Thursday night, the Philadelphia 76ers face off against the Milwaukee Bucks, 7:30 p.m. Central. Everybody should be tuning into that game Thursday, February 17th. That will most definitely be a great game, and I 100% recommend that you guys watch it. But that is the last games before the All-Star break that starts this Friday. So there won't be too many NBA games this week, but it'll still be a fun week. And our next sport is going to be first time appearing on the channel, is the NCAA men's basketball. We're going to be breaking down the top 25 rankings, talking about some good teams coming up, and all that jazz. But, so far there's been some really, really good games so far, especially in this last week. USC just beat UCLA. Very big in-conference game, and UCLA was ranked 12th, and USC was ranked 21st, so USC won that game at home, and they ended up storming the court. And SMU, also unranked SMU, took down number 6 Houston, very big game. Houston ended up losing back-to-back games, and are now dropping 8 spots in the rankings to number 14, which is not very good for them. Hopefully they can bounce back. But we're going to break down the bracket here a little bit, talk about some of the higher seeds, see what they can do. The 4-1 seeds at the moment are Gonzaga, Arizona, Purdue, and Auburn. Gonzaga, of course, they won. No, they did not win it last year. Baylor won it last year. Gonzaga, though, undefeated until the championship game last year. We're playing some very good basketball, and now they have some new recruits coming in. Chet Holmgren, very good, very tall, lengthy. He's about 7 feet, and he can shoot the ball very well. Will definitely be in the NBA. He's looking like a very good player. Auburn lost their first game after winning 19 in a row last weekend against Arkansas. Big game, Arkansas stormed the court. It was wild. Would have loved for anyone to go replay that game. That game was amazing. Everyone should take a look at it. But looking at some of the smaller teams that may be on the bubble, but at the same time, they could still get into the tournament, is Oregon. Oregon they're sitting on a couple losses, 5-6 losses. If they tally up some more, they could get kicked out of the tournament. So you can't really lose too many games. You just can't. It is so tight, especially with Duke, a team who has only 2 losses, is a 2 seed, versus Purdue, who has 3 losses and is a 1 seed. It is a very close thing. They are really taking into your win-loss ratio, your strength of schedule, everything, to make sure that they get this bracket right this year. And that's going to be all for this week. There's not too much sports going on this week. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll come into my podcast, Jack's podcast on Night Vision News. And I'm just very happy that you guys showed up today. As always, see you guys again next time. Can't wait a couple of weeks. But for now, bye.